Well, hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a recording on Blastoise Vmax, and not Phione. So yeah, today we will just be doing this. I'll be talking about how the cards may be good in the format, and what they might do. So Blastoise V HP 220 is fine, I have to say. Not great. I mean, it's fine. Actually, no, sorry. It's pretty good. It's good because, you have 220 HP. You'll survive most single price hits. You'll be able to, fire back. It's good. Now, Water Gun, 30 damage, is for single water energy, 30 damage. Not great. Some one-price Pokemon, like Mincino, that only have 50 HP, can do that. And they evolve into Cincino, which has a great ability. Make do. Discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. No. You don't want to use that attack. So I forgot to do this weakness to lightning. Okay. If Pikachu VMAX does get good, though, we could have a problem. Retreat cost of 3. No free retreat with Air Balloon. No extra HP with buff padding. Not great. No resistance. Most Pokemon don't have resistance. Okay, next. Its second attack, though, 3 water energy, 200 damage. This Pokemon can't use Torrent Cannon during your next turn. This is actually a good attack, because Torrent Cannon is 200 damage. That's a lot of damage to do, and they can't, even if it can't use Torrent Cannon during your next turn, that's a little bit of a downside. But if it hits weakness on Center Scorch, it will one-hit KO it, which is pretty insane. And that's a 3-prize Pokemon, and using a 3-water 2-prize attacker, you could easily do a lot of damage with this. But then you have to use Water Gun during your next turn, or get another one into your active to use Torrent Cannon. That's going to be a little bit hard. I do not think it'll be, but I do think it's a good attack, because 200 damage is actually enough damage to KO some V Pokemon. Especially like the popular Crobat V, which allows you to refill your hand, the Dene GX, which is 2-prize cards, and Victini V, which is popular in a fire deck where you'd hit weakness on it. So that one's not a very good example, but you know what I mean. Eldegoss V, because even that's a grass type V that has 180 HP, it can allow you to pick up supporters, like very good V Pokemon that Blastoise can one-hit KO that are popular in support, so, and it can KO Center Scorch VMAX. So I do think that this card is not bad, but not amazing. But the VMAX is very good. VMAX. This card is good. HP 330. That's good. I mean, it's going to survive a hit now. And it can fire back. It's like not a bad HP to have. I mean, it's just a little bit lower than max, but, So, it's really good, because most VMAX only have 320, which is very good to have 10 more HP, because if a Pokemon hits you for weakness, and they do 160 damage, which is a popular amount of damage these days, they will not want it KO you, so, just like you have a weakness to lightning, which is not amazing, but, I mean, only if Pikachu VMAX gets good. Probably won't, though. Retreat 3... You don't get free retreat with Air Balloon. You don't get extra HP with buff padding. So, not amazing. I don't really know how good this is, to be exact. Attacks. 3 water energy, 120 damage. Not very good damage output. I mean, okay, almost V's if it's for weakness. And a good amount of single prizes. But I do not think that's enough damage. But then also has another effect. Search your deck for 3 water energies. That's good, because most Pokemon these days take on 3 energy to attack, so that'll power up most water Pokemon. And a lot of water decks rely heavily on Frozmoth because of it allows you to accelerate energy. And a lot of decks rely a lot on Capacious Bucket to search out your energy for Frozmoth. But this allows you to search out your deck for energy, so you don't have to rely as heavily on Frozmoth. You might use Frozmoth just to get it powered up, but then you can, not use it and just hit with 120 for power hits of tons of damage and be able to just take easy KOs and power up all your bench. That is very helpful. I mean, it has to attach to bench, but that's okay. But that just powers up your whole bench, gets you really strong. Your opponent just can't deal much. 4 water energy, though. This is its big attack. It's really good, actually. 220 damage. Now, that's good. Most V Pokemon have 220. Like I showed you with Blastoise. It only has 220. So, and that's common for a V. Now, 220 will KO pretty much every V. Some Vs have 230. Some Vs have a little bit more than that, but there's only like 2 of them. So, not amazing. And it will deal 220, which will KO most Vs, except for Pokemon that resist or have a way of giving it extra HP or reducing damage. But, like, still, you're going to KO most V Pokemon, which is super helpful. I mean, 1 at KOing a 2-prize Pokemon, the 2 at KOs you is pretty good because you could take like a 4-prize card, 3-prize card exchange. And if you're 1 at KOing against a 2 at KO, that's actually really helpful. And Vmax Bombard is actually a very good attack because of its secondary ability. It does 30 damage to 2 of your opponent's bench Pokemon. 30 damage. This is actually a good amount of damage. 1, because 30 damage will be able to hit most Pokemon that have already been hit. So, if you hit 220 and you don't get the knockout because, I don't know, they have 230 HP or they have a big charm or something of that kind, you will actually be able to just KO them on the bench with this 30. But with Telephotoscope, you can boost that up to 60. It does 30 damage to any bench. It makes you do 30 extra damage to V and GX Pokemon that are on the bench. So, you can do 30 extra damage to their, I don't know, let's say, big V Pokemon. I have no idea. It's a good example. Wailord V. That thing has 280. That means you would have to take 2 Gmax Bombards, plus 220, and plus 230s to be 1 at KO. But with Telephotoscope, you get that in 2 attacks. And that means you can really capitalize on Pokemon that you don't knock out. Or, you know, a Big Charm Zamazenta VMAX. Well, actually, no, that's not a good example, because Zamazenta would not take any damage because it's a VMAX. Big Charm Hyperior. That is 230 HP. And plus 30 is 260. So you do 220 to it, and then you use Telephotoscope, you can get a KO. Or you use Telephotoscope for 60 damage, and you get their Crobat. That means you 3 at KO their Crobat while it's sitting on the bench, so you can get like an extra 2 prize cards on the bench. Super good with Telephotoscope. And I think we'll see a good amount of play. I think it could be a deck that could win, and you could take this to a regional championship and win. I would not say you couldn't. I say as long as Centiskorch is good. If Centiskorch is good, you could easily win. I mean, like Centiskorch. If Centiskorch isn't as good, it might be a little bit of a downside, but I still think it will be a very good deck that if you do want to, you can build it. And it will come in with a starter kit, sort of with Blastoise V, Vmax, some other card, and some trainers in these new, like, Vmax battle decks. They're coming out, I think, in December in America. I'm pretty sure it's December. I'm not positive, though. But it'll mean that you could get, probably, maybe 2 Blastoise V, 2 Blastoise Vmax, 1 Blastoise V, 1 Blastoise Vmax, or you could buy Venusaur, maybe they come together, or Charizard Vmax, so then you could have, like, Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, like, all together, sort of being able to battle it out, which is sort of nice, like, being able to get these really easily. Now, these will only be promo cards, so you will have to buy the box, but the box will come with other Pokemon and some good trainers that will help you be able to win, so you will already have, like, a pre-made deck around Blastoise VMAX, which is very nice and good. And we have one last Pokemon. It's Manaphy. Manaphy's actually pretty good. 70 HP. 70 HP, that's decent for a basic Pokemon. Most basic Pokemon have around 70 HP, unless they're like a legendary. This one's a mythical, and most mythicals have less HP. I mean, 70 HP, not great. Weakness to lightning, Don't care. It has 70 HP. It's gonna get KO'd anyway. I mean, unless they're using like some really weak Pokemon, it will get KO'd anyway. So that doesn't really matter. Retreat 1, super helpful. U-turn board, which states if it gets discarded, you can put it back into your hand. This means that, like, with this retreat of 1, you can always have a U-turn board, and just being able to do that sort of thing with U-turn board, getting it all over the place, and being able to retrieve Air Balloon and U-turn board is very nice, just giving it free retreat, because it does need to actually get in and out of the active to use its ability. Its ability, Ocean Search. Also, the art is amazing on this Manaphy. I really like it. Once in a time, before your attack, so you have to do this before you attack, so, you know, if this Pokemon is your active, so you have to have it as your active, but we're using a U-turn board and switch, you can easily get this thing in and out of the active quickly. So, that's fine. And, or Air Balloon and switch, you know, you can get this thing in and out of the active, like, quickly, so I think that's helpful. You may look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Choose one Pokemon. I mean, 6 cards. And if you're playing a deck with a good amount of Pokemon, this could be a very good Pokemon search to find out your Pokemon. Like Blastoise Vmax and stuff. It's sort of like the old Jirachi, if you know what I'm saying. There's a Jirachi, it's actually still standard, so it's not as popular, but it's really good. It allows you to look at the top 5 cards of your deck and choose a trainer card as long as it's in the active, and that puts itself asleep. Well, there's a Celebi, which I showed in the Venusaur VMAX video. You should really watch that one. That one's really good. That can choose energies, which is special also. So you're allowed to choose a lot of good stuff with your energies and stuff. You'll be able to get energies using Celebi. Jirachi's able to get trainers, and then Manaphy is able to get Pokemon. So you sort of have search if you want to like one of them. You might want to play more than one in the deck, but this is actually a very good ability. And then you find there, reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So you're only allowed to use one of these per each Manaphy. So let's say you had, I don't know, 3 Manaphys in play. You could use 3 Ocean Searches as long as you got 3 of them into the active. They all had to be different. But you're allowed to look at the top 6 cards and choose Pokemon. This is amazing Pokemon search, and I think it will see some play in decks that play a lot of Pokemon, or just don't have much Pokemon search. Or maybe even in like Zashi and V decks that need to find their Pokemon and need to get them in and out of the active quickly. They could use this with U-turn board and switches to be able to actually get Manaphy from the active to the bench and quickly enough, which I think is actually very good, and Manaphy will see play. Oh, sorry, just for the background noise. Just something I have in there. But, yeah, so I think this will see play. I think both Manaphy and Blastoise VMAX and Blastoise V will see play. Blastoise V just because of Blastoise VMAX. But Manaphy will see play in other decks. But I think Blastoise VMAX will see a little bit more play than Manaphy. But still, very good card, Manaphy. Also, you can use Scoop Up Net to be able to bring it back into your hand, so you can free up bench spaces after you use this and stuff. I think it's a good card. I really do. And so, yeah, that's it. Please like and subscribe. It helps a lot. And thank you. That will be all for a Halloween special today, because it is Halloween.